I don't know what to make of this year's summer league. The Charlotte Hornets ended up winning the entire thing, but the entire league was just nothing to me. The top picks played well, of course. Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe, Con Knipple, but they didn't play enough, or it just didn't matter to me, I guess. And then you had G League players who played well, like David Jones Garcia, Javon Freeman Liberty, and Chris Livingston. But who cares? And then you have the second year players who some played really well, but others played very awful. Like Kyle Filipowski, Ron Holland, Matas Buzelis, Ronnie James, they played well. But then you have guys like Don Connect, Alex Sarr, Rob Dillingham, and Isaiah Collier who did not play great at all. So I've been trying to ask myself this question the entire time. What are we supposed to do with Summer League? What is the point of us watching it? What is the point of them playing? I'm trying to figure out what is there to focus on. Do we focus on team success and do we praise the Hornets for winning it all? Or do we praise individual success and hype up prospects who are doing well individually but not doing anything for their team? Do we focus on how they're moving on the court? Can they play 1 through 5? It's hard to see what to look at because I don't want to overestimate somebody who plays well, because we've done that before with guys like Marcus Banks, Jared Bayless, and Anthony Randolph, who killed it in Summer League but did not do very well in the NBA. But I also don't want to undercut anybody that is not playing well, because we have guys like KD, Paul George, and Steph Curry who didn't have the greatest Summer League seasons, but end up becoming staples of this generation's NBA. So what do we make of it? What I believe is we should only look at the players individually. You can't talk about teamwork and team success whenever you're playing with people for a month max. It doesn't make sense to do that. I don't want to say somebody played really bad, but his team won the game, so it shouldn't matter. Of course, it should matter that he played bad. So, Summer League matters, but only to specific players. Top draft picks of the year's draft, that matters. It shows them against NBA competition, whether it's the best level or not. It shows them playing against grown men for once. It also matters for second year players, but to an extent. A guy like Bronny James, it matters a lot. It shows what kind of player he can become after not seeing him a lot in the regular season. But for a guy like Dalton Connect, I don't think it matters that much, because Dalton Connect is playing off the ball in Los Angeles. He's not a go-to scorer kind of guy. He's supposed to be a 3-and-D guy for the Lakers, and that's what they're trying to ask of him. So whenever he's not handling the ball, of course, he can go take the ball, go ISO the whole time, and, score his 20. It'll be inefficient, but he's going to get his 20. That's not how the Lakers want to play him, and that's how they played him in this Summer League, where he's playing off the ball, he's more catch-and-shoot opportunities, and it works like that. And that's why he wasn't playing so well, because the guys around him weren't as well as they should be. Now, top draft picks like Cooper Flag, we expected the world of Cooper Flag, and we got it. He played 2 games, and the first game he was great defensively. And that's what many, many scouts were praising him on, was his defense and his love for the game. And he showed it in that first game against the Lakers. Then the second game, he had 31, which is great to see, because you know that he can score the ball now. Hey, on a given night, either he's giving you lockdown defense or he's scoring 30. And it's what you love to see out of top picks. Guys that can adjust depending on what game they're playing and play at a great style the whole time is exceptional to see. Now, Dylan Harper was out with a groin injury for the first couple games, but then he came back and wasn't playing like he did in college, but was still doing well. In college, he wasn't a top level scorer and wasn't shooting a lot of shots because he had Ace Bailey next to him. But now that he has nobody next to him, he said, okay, let me score the ball. And he was taking 15, 16 shots a game, which is great to see. But it kind of blinds you on what he can do in the NBA, because he's not going to be playing like that with Wemby, De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson. He's not going to be taking 15, 16 shots a game. He needed to adjust his game to being more of a playmaker and getting people open, which he did, but that wasn't his main concern in the Summer League. Now, Ace Bailey, I'm going to be a little harder on, because one, you had that whole draft saga where you didn't want to be drafted by Utah and didn't report until Saturday and that whole thing. And you didn't play as well as your game instructed, if that makes sense. Ace Bailey was touted as a tough shot maker, a very good, tough shot maker. But in the Summer League, it was tough for him to make shots. So I didn't know where to go with it. And then you didn't play as well. And you also didn't play in the actual Summer League. You played in, I think it was the California Classic, but when the real game started, you said, no, I don't want to play. I don't have high hopes for Ace Bailey. But who knows? We didn't have high hopes for Paul George coming out of the Summer League. And if you look at their stats, they are eerily similar. So what do you make of it? But then you have BJ Edgecombe, who didn't play a lot of games like Ace Bailey, but balled out in his one game that he did play, where he had 27 points. He showed he could play lockdown defense. He showed off his athleticism. He played amazing. So who knows? But then you have the other side of it where you don't know if it's going to translate to the NBA, because you have a guy like Marcus Banks, who played one game in Summer League in one season and had 42 points. Who knows what's going to happen with these prospects? This brings us back to the question of, what do we make of Summer League? And I guess to make a long video short, nothing. You can't over-exaggerate people playing well. You can't undercut people playing like garbage. It's hard to tell when they're not in front of 20,000 people, when they're not in front of all the media that their team brings, when they're not in front of when they're not with their real NBA team, when they're with guys who won't be there for any part of their career. So let's not say anything about the Summer League. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.